Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first worst stream for Armadillo's run. We're now waiting for the run to start. A few technical difficulties going on. However, just gonna let you go. Just going to be talking and trying to get audio levels set up properly. So that should be going pretty well. Just messing around with microphone settings. Shouldn't be peaking too hard, so all right. I'm going to go back into mute until the run starts. Should only be another moment or two. All right. Looks like we're starting the round. There's a couple issues with sound, so we're only ever going to be able to hear his voice.
I will stick with it.
Yep, making a pretty good call there on the P250 in the first round.
Okay,
So
on the other side.
this is going to be an interesting run. All right, and like I said, not too many issues with sound are going to be there because just due to the
You guys have no sound.
strange game balancing. That's my job, friend. Although I'll let you speak every once in a while.
Yeah, all right.
Looks like he's listening to Mintless say something, although...
Flip side, executing now.
Hey, how's it going, Aiden? All right, going in now to the first... Looks like he's going to be going through the first supply point before he gets to the hold point.
P250, but for legal purposes, it is called the Bauer P350. Fun fact, this model was actually the same one featured in the hit VR game Boneworks. I don't know why I'm saying this, but you know what, screw it.
Giving a couple gun facts there for us here and
Find out.
Here and there.
Yeah, I loaded it.
And I'm going to be turning him down a bit, though, so I can do some more commentary on the run. Looks like he's getting a new plus P FMJ ammunition. Pretty good. Not going to cause too many issues later on in the holds. more than capable of carrying him through the first 3 rounds. Hollow points are going to be better for popping the wieners in the head, but this should be more than fine. Yeah, 2 shots and they're good. Not even bothering to take out the second sausage as he goes into the first hold. Dealing with a few, it's going to look like just several of the static encryptions here. Actually, a full set of 5. Missing a couple shots on the first wave, so he's not going to be getting the best timings here. In fact, might have a second wave spawn in before the first one is even dead. Not the best for points in the first wave. You can, if you manage to time it perfectly, do a full run of 4 waves, actually, before the static encryption can get popped. But that is in best case scenario. It looks like he's only dealing with 2. With only 2 waves while he gets the whole... Oh, having to reload on the last shot there, as he takes out all 5 static encryptions. Not the best start that we've seen, but definitely not the worst. Going to the next supply point run now, taking out the 2 guys that are guarding in there, and loading an extra round into the guy's armor. Popping both of them with no problems at all. Has only taken a few hits from the first wave. Possibly is going to roll new ammo. Could be getting plus P API here, which would be incredibly good. Although tracers also exist, and that is all. Going in now to what appears to be the second supply point challenge. He does have the chance to run for a 3-point submachine gun, and he does grab a shield Sosig. This early in the game, an SMG roll is going to be very useful and much better than anything else. Oh, and he gets the P90. This is a pretty good gun to get. It's some of the best armor-piercing rounds of the game, seeing as it's exactly designed for that. Quick bolt loading makes it a lot easier to use compared to some of the other offerings on the table. Whereas one of the biggest problems with this gun is the strange magazine angle and the weird geometry that surrounds it. So quick bolt loading just gets rid of that completely. He doesn't appear to want to switch out his ammunition that's already in the game, already in the gun, but I also don't know which one he managed to grab. I think it was black tips, so armor piercing, but won't know until I see it in action. It was a very dark room. Sees a patrol down the hallway, trying to just absolutely supersonic his way out of there. Arms pumping at 1,000,000 miles a minute. Although, to be honest, I don't know if that's even a proper unit of measurement. Getting the good quick belt switch in there. Holding from a angle that is he's just going to let them come into the room before he shoots them. Definitely better for safety, although at the same time, not the best for getting points. He does appear to be more concerned about longevity than anything else, though. Talking about how he's manipulating the magazine with the quick belt loading. And yes, exactly, he's getting some very good rolls this early. 5 hardened encryptions, which is, I'm fairly certain close to the maximum you can get in that room. So not getting super lucky on the encryption rolls, but getting very lucky on the gun rolls. Now waiting for the rounds of 3 Sosigs, the most he's going to be facing so far. With a submachine gun like this, he's going to be ripping through them with no problem. 50 rounds in a magazine, plus 1 in the chamber, and they tend to push at an awkward angle. 2 in the back, 1 in the front. Just makes for a very, very easy wave. Talking about his ABCs and his 1, 2, 3s now, trying to recite the alphabet. I'm assuming some sort of school practice while he's working on his runs. Very interesting, though. Have not seen too many people multitask and practice schoolwork while playing H3VR. I cannot tell if he's in full auto or semi-auto, but I'm pretty sure he's in semi-auto from what it looks like. Although, like I said, it's difficult to tell without. Yep. He is in single fire, which is interesting because the P90 does have a magazine capacity that's definitely high enough to be profitable with full auto. And he's got his reloads down pat, so shouldn't be too much of a problem there. Finding a little bit of a patrol there, trying to fight it off real quick, but just decides to run instead. In fact, there's an old saying from the days of Halo. It's when in doubt, flee, and he's definitely doing that there. Again, still in semi-auto with this P90, so having a little bit of slowness there, taking out those. Full auto would definitely be very good, but he is skipping the next possible SMG roll. Looks like he's going to be waiting to either grab a battle rifle or assault rifle. And with his armor piercing, which I do believe is armor piercing ammo for this P90, he's going to be having a very easy time of dealing with these shields. Could be getting a semi-automatic shotgun here. Those have some very good rolls. I would definitely risk it if I was him. Good rolls, and if he gets the 3-gun or the M2 3-gun, just he can kill it with flashes. Some incendiary shots for the P90, not awful, but I would definitely not use it in favor of armor piercing when he's dealing with these shields. Also, looks like he's not going to be popping these boxes, or at least not yet. One of them does have an encryption token in it, so I wonder what his theory is. Ooh, getting the M2 Tactical, a very good roll. Singing a song about RNGesus and despair, two things that I would have never thought to put together, but definitely do put together. Having some issues loading the cartridge? Confused. Looks like he got the Dragon Breath rounds. And getting flanked by another patrol there. Just two guys this time, nothing too big. Is he going to pop that last box? Because that one, I could be wrong, but it has the encryption token in it. Getting some double out buck, I believe. So he's going to actually have something usable in this firearm rather than just the bolt action nature of the Dragon's Breath. Taking out those next two guys from the patrols and going back to dealing with quick belt slots and spawn locking. Some of the two favorite things of any H3VR players. Going down towards the third hold point now. Oh, having some issues with his magazine in the P90, but nothing too serious. Looks like he's just going to be bum rushing it, and he hits the encryption. Now the first wave is going to be the Shield So 6. I think he switched out with AP there, but if he didn't, he's going to be in for a bit of trouble. 5-7. Oh no, he is dealing still with the incendiary. So it looks like he's gonna have some issues with the shields then, unless he can hit through the shield slot or the little eye roll in the top. Yeah, see, definitely some pretty good accuracy there, but you know, we shall see. Getting all the hardens in a record time, very good roll there. He got a low amount of hardens for the third encryption. Normally there's a lot more than that, so looks like his luck might be turning around. Taking out the wave of 2. Once again, still using the incendiaries. Oh, shotgun shells do not go into a P90. At least not yet. Not without the cursed DLLs. Oh, there you go. Switch it over to full auto. I think. Yes, he's definitely switched it over to full auto. Now dealing with the second wave of 2. Both of these guys are the rifle wieners that carry the grenades with them. And the issue with that is that with the incendiary ammo, you are able to blow up the grenades that are on their belts if they catch on fire. I know for sure armor piercing incendiary can. I don't know if regular incendiary can. Get rid of the first 2 of the swarm encryptions, and the third is down and out. Once again, grabbing the shotgun ammo rather than anything that he could actually use in the P90. Through now, looking for the first 2 of the next wave. Got a grenade thrown directly at him. Don't know if that was a frag or a smoke grenade. Definitely a frag grenade. And it's just going to have to stay mobile for this next one. It's a bit tricky with this hold, having so many different areas they can come from. One of the this one and Red Room have some of the most possible areas for them to come from, especially on this hold when the shields are coming at you. It is not that fun, to say the least. Going through the wave 3 on this hold, waiting for the recursives to spawn. They spawn very far away from each other, but not too much of an issue. The elevated side on the P90 causing him a couple issues, but he takes out the long range one with very few. In fact, it seems he had much more difficulty on the closer one than the farther one, which is somewhat ironic, but knowing the P90, that's how it is. All right, going into the supply point challenge for hold right before hold 4. Looks like he's looking for the encryption token, and the other supply point is right next to him, so he could just go straight into there, which is what he's doing now, taking out 2 of the 3 guards and the third one in a burst of fire. Having a bit of a lag issue there for a second. Nothing too serious. It got fixed pretty quick. All right. Got some more double up buckshot for his M2 tactical. Nothing good to say the least. He could be dealing with some much better buckshot, seeing as the shot or flashes even, seeing as the shotgun's main point and best purpose is popping those encryptions. Asking for the wieners to refrain from invading his personal space. It's an interesting posit, and I don't know if they are going to accept that. They seem to be very intent on invading your personal space.
Where were we? Oh, patrol on that side. I will take the long way round.
The long way around is definitely a good way around, seeing as if you take the short way, there's going to be a whole lot more of them.
Be like, you know what? I'm going to recognize the game as another Discord chat channel, so you're not going to get any sound whatsoever.
Oh, they've got me and they've got your voice, so it's going to be all good. Don't worry. I can make gun noises while you shoot. Pew. See? It's just like the real thing. That's the fire noise. So I just gonna have to emulate every single noise in the game from here on out, just to make sure that it's properly, so that everybody gets the proper viewing experience from this one hold. Having a bit of a different strategy than I've seen before, going through here. Looks like some of these Sosics have spawned in, didn't bother killing them, just went straight for the encryption. Not gonna get those Sosic points, but is still gonna get through the hold with little health, or with little health taken. Looking at the Spec Ops guys now. 3 of them. One is going to be spawning in from the far end. Looks like he's suppressing him. Takes him out. Anytime they get lit on fire in the top link, they're done for no matter what. Once again, holding from this angle here.
P90 on the one hand, it's great, low accuracy, high mag cap, even though it kind of looks like a planer, like a wood planer. But on the other hand, the reload in this without pocket loading is not ideal in the slightest.
I have some complaints about the way you reload without quick belt loading on this gun. I do understand what he's talking about. It is a difficult run to deal with, or a difficult gun to deal with in that ride. Although I don't know what the complaints about accuracy are, seeing as this gun is one of the more accurate ones out there. Bullpups, with their longer barrels and the shorter chassis, tend to be fairly accurate. We shall see, though. We shall definitely see. All right, getting through this wave. Agile Waves should be here in a moment. He's dealing with the heavy Sosics for the first time in the game, so we shall definitely see how he's able to deal with that. So far, pretty well. The incendiary rounds are doing absolute work on them. None are getting through, but lighting on fire is more than enough for what they try to do. 20 minutes into the run so far, and we're almost done with hold 4. Agile encryption should be up any second now, taking these out again. Not much more to say. He's still doing a very good number on each of these SOSIGs. Have a couple issues there with the last guy, but taking him out right pat. Oh, having issues with the Agiles here. Trying to fight them before they slow down is a bit of a task when you're not at any sort of range. Shotguns would have been great there, but he hasn't had many good rolls for shotgun ammunition, so popping Agiles is going to be less than easy with that shotgun.
My baby don't mess around.
Some renditions of some songs. Don't know if he's actually listening to music right now. He could be, and we could all, or we could just be listening to the head music that plays when you're stressed and playing a VR game.
Ichi ni sanshi. Japanese with Armadillo. For the record, not Japanese.
Sounds like we're learning other languages and getting lied to by Armadillo. Thanks, Armadillo. I was very close to using that information. Glad that I'm not going to use it in the wrong context now. Getting a MK18 with 30 round magazines. Guaranteed at least 30. He could have gotten Tombstone magazines, which would have been absolutely amazing. But this is going to have to be fine for him from here on out. He's going into the Purple Room Wave after this. 5.56 is good enough, is more than good enough for that. The FMJ ammunition is more than capable of taking, or going, actually penning right through the level 3 armor. And he gets a Ghost to complement his shield sausage, and he's going in with his health sausage still intact. So, very much so a good roll. So far, he's been doing pretty good. His skill has been carrying him thus far. We'll see if luck gets him the little extra mile. Mission Impossible theme playing in the background now, straight from the mouth of Armadillo. That is not the Mission Impossible theme, never mind. Getting his encryption token there. Still has 3 on the board. If he wants to trade in a gun, he could be getting a flashbang or smoke grenade. Don't know how useful it'll be in the next fold, but we shall see. Incendiary. I don't know if I would switch out my FMJ with Incendiary, but that's just me. His P90 also is capable of taking him through this next wave. Taking out the patrol there. Looks like there might be 2 patrols linked up together, which is a situation that all of us are way too familiar with. Looks like he's debating the use of his economy right now. Hasn't rolled any new rolls for his shotgun, though. If he gets flashes, that's going to be a very good helper to the rest of his kit. Rerolling his P90 magazines. Only getting the FMJ ball ammunition. Making a bit of a game plan now for his weapon usage. Looks like P90 is going to be a major component of that if he ends up needing to switch to something, if shit hits the fan. He hits it. A perfect jump. That there is one for the ages. If he missed that, he would have been absolutely screwed. Going in now, taking them out. Green hallway, main hallway, then purple hallway. It looks like the way he's going to be going from here on out. Incendiary Ammo's doing some work. Kicking ass and taking names. Continuing that same pattern for these rushing SOSIGs. Wave 2 is dead. Stealth encryptions are up. Looks like he accidentally forgot to spawn lock his AR-50 or his M4 magazine. Could be a problem. Looks like he's going to be at a much lower capacity than he'd be wanting to be throughout the rest of this game.
A slight bizjet, as they would say. I now have a half-loaded mag.
Loading his magazine very quickly. Agile wave is coming in now. Swarm wave. So he's going to be dealing with reloading a half-loaded magazine during a swarm wave. Could be taking a lot of damage here, seeing as he's not at full capacity. Any of his muscle memory is going to be failing him now, because of that simple fact. Agile wave is coming in quick. He's a little bit flustered because of this. Could be flubbing the run here, but he does have a lot of tactical SOSIGs he could be using. This is a very interesting end. A curveball thrown in close to the end. But he seems to be recollecting himself, getting back on the horse. if not a little bit flustered. We're gonna have to be looking at his whatever his strategy is with these tactical Sosigs in a moment. Looks like he forgot to grab. Oh, he grabs the ghost Sosig. Grab the ghost sausage in order to take out these agile encryptions. Going through most of them, trying to collect himself a little bit. And last one is, oh my gosh, for the second to last one was almost popped, but because of his ammo issues, he was unable to get it. Looks like he's gonna be trying to finish loading up that magazine, which he does there. Still has the ghost mode up, so none of them are gonna be seeing him. Although that runs out right at the end there. Always brass check the weapons. That's a good idea, man. This is a tight end. We're going to be seeing some interesting plays here. Seem to be spawning a little bit slow, although it appears because he didn't properly take out the last guy. Actually penning through that barrier right there. Looks like we had a alert sound. I assume that's going to be through Mintless, because Mintless is actually the one who's streaming this run live, seeing as this is a run that's being recorded in the Discord. Alright, regenerative encryption is up. He pops the shield, hits that. There's 4 on the wall close to him. Looks like he's going to be penning through there and finishing on 3,774 health. A beautiful run. Let's see what that final score is. 134,672 is what it looks like. A nice run.
I did it.
Let's hop in there and see what Mintless has to say.
Down. Where are you?
Yep. 134,672.
Alright.
Can I see?
Gonna try to get audio.
Oh, yep, they are.
Mintless's audio is whack right now.
In a standard Spawnlocked.
So let's try to get these guys balanced properly.
Up to 141 for 5.6.
141 for 5.6. Let's see if that's good enough to beat his opponent.
I was struggling for quite a while to try and break the 140 mark, and Fabrique Nationale paid off.
Well, I can't tell you if it's enough. Because
of course.
Your opponent is still going to run.
But, yeah.
All right. Let's see if we can ask any questions in a moment once Mintless is done.
Ooh, very nice.
All right.
Yes.
I'm just going to pop in here. So, Armadillo, how'd you feel about that run?
That was probably my best run actually on this seed. I've had actually a hell of a lot of trouble on this seed, more so than I did actually on seed 5. A lot of the time during my practice runs, at one point, it took me an entire week just to get a 10-point AR.
Really?
Which, yeah, like, it was, like, RNGesus was not kind to me on my practice runs whatsoever.
Well, it looks like a lot of that RNG was being saved up for this run specifically. You got some nice rolls
I did
there.
Get thrown off a little bit when I got given the M2 with Dragon's Breath, and then obviously I bursted out into Song.
Yes, we definitely heard that a little bit.
Good.
At one point.
Hopefully I didn't blow out anyone's speakers while doing that.
Oh, you did not. I had you at a good volume, according to my audio levels.
But yeah, just got really lucky here. I mean, funnily enough, the P350 or P250, I should say, I actually started with this on the previous phase as well.
Really?
Yeah. So that's twice now I've started with the P350.
Well, we'll see if it carries you through the second round or second bracket in the winners bracket.
Yep. Which, funnily enough, this is actually like my most hated semi-automatic pistol, just because of how heavy the trigger pull is.
It's definitely a interesting beast. So
it's a love-hate relationship. Whoops.
All right. So
sorry, you're saying.
I was just going to ask a couple questions. We're going to just go through the run a little bit. What are your thoughts on the? So why are we using the incendiary rounds instead of the armor-piercing rounds in Hold 3 against the shields?
So weirdly enough, well, I don't know, probably because I haven't read up on the benefits of AP versus incendiary, but at the very least with incendiary, I can at least get the stun time. Well, at least that was my logic during there. Obviously, AP would have just killed them outright. But also, it was also, I guess, a throwback to my previous run as well, where I got an MP7 with incendiary, so I just stuck with it since.
Nice. All right. As well as that. Oh, go ahead, Mintless.
Is that actually AP or is it JHP? Because I
It
could have sworn
was.
that I saw a gray shimmer.
Nope. Where did I put it? I must have dumped it accidentally. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Ah, there it is. Never thought I'd be rummaging around virtual litter to.
No, it's AP.
It's the best kind of virtual
Oh,
litter.
it was AP, yeah.
I thought I saw the gray shimmer of JHP.
Yeah. No, I
5.7
guess it
doesn't
was,
have JHP, I
sorry,
think. I
go
think
on.
it's just Hollow Point. Oh, also, looks like Baldric was caught up at another run and missed your entire run, Armadillo. So
Wow.
you were
Ah,
free
well,
of the
we'll see in the
curse this
archives.
one.
Yeah,
You're
so
Yeah.
you couldn't get cursed.
Yep.
You lucky person.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
I am. I have very interesting luck. Some days I feel like Wile E. Coyote. Other days I feel like I've got four-leaf clovers just stashed in my apartment.
Wile E. Coyote, I assume you're talking about the cartoon character, not the runner. Because we do have a
Yes.
runner here by the name of Wile E. Coyote.
Oh, right. I didn't even realize.
All right. And apparently the curse is gone, but at the same time, it can always
Well,
come back.
we shall see today.
We
I
shall
have main
see.
stage plus Baldric as a commentator will be something.
It's going to be very fun to watch. But
But
that
yeah,
aside,
I hope-
I was gonna ask one more question regarding the last run. And just to comment, you had a very good recovery there from accidentally unspawn locking your M4
Yeah.
magazines. Any comments on
Yeah,
that?
yeah, that was a crazy one there because what happened was obviously I think I was trying to despawn lock the shells that I had here, and then I accidentally despawn locked this. But then because I noticed it halfway, I put it back, spawn locked it back in, and then I thought, hang on, would this work? And it did. So I just respawn locked my ammunition back in. But
Yeah.
that could have went south really, really quickly.
That's for sure. You did definitely take care of that and take care of that very well. You had a very good purple room. You had a very good purple
Yeah.
room strategy for sure,
Yeah.
as well as your green room strategy was interesting, but did work pretty well too.
Sorry, which room? Green room.
Sorry, the green hallway,
Yeah.
or
green
that
hall.
hallway next to green room.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, that was that like usually holes 4 and 5 are obviously the most difficult. That one in particular because it's like I started trying to think about what's the best way I can at least maximize sight lines towards the encryptions while also being able to simultaneously take out armored sources.
nice. Well, I don't have many other questions, so see
Yeah.
if chat has any questions, and if they don't, that looks like it's going to be the end there. You do have a very solid run on your hands, so your opponent is most
Yeah.
likely going to either have to do something one hit, which is going to be difficult to say the least, one hit limited or one hit spawn locked, and yeah, we shall see.
Brilliant.
Baldric doesn't have any questions due to missing the run, so it looks like we are overall pretty good on that front.
Yeah,
I'm going
absolutely.
to.
I'm really psyched. Obviously, first time ever participating in first to worst. But yeah, I was expecting honestly to not do very well in both the first phases and the second phases, so I'm dead chuffed over the practice has paid off basically.
All right. Well, I'm going to go back into the other booth or the commentator's booth and end the stream. Have very good luck
right.
on this bracket of the winners bracket.
I forgot to record. Whoops.
Say
the
what?
the VOD should be. Oh yeah, you might have to do a rerun. Mintless forgot to record, so. Although I think the
You're
VOD
shitting
from
me.
Mintless's channel should be enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
So please do this exact same run with the exact same RNG again.
Yeah,
I
we're gonna
mean,
have to
I mean,
mod it a
I
little
mean,
bit.
this is how I kind of feel like at the moment, like just anyway.
Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go back to the
Here's
commentator's
hoping I
booth.
don't have to do a rerun. Hopefully, the VOD should be sufficient.
It should be fine.
No.
Anyway,
Okay,
good luck. Good luck
brilliant.
at this bracket. All right, everyone. So I'm gonna just be ending the stream now. One moment. All right. So thank you very much to everybody who's been watching this stream the whole way down, and some who have just come in at the end, looking at you, Baldric. So I'm just going to say good luck to all of our contestants out there right now. We've been seeing some incredibly good runs in both the winners and goulash bracket. This week we're starting the second phase of the winners bracket. So there's going to be a couple of very exciting plays coming up here on the Twitch stream. We're going to be trying to stream as many runs as possible going into round 3, and after that we're going to be streaming hopefully every single run on the winners bracket. But hope to see all of you guys in some of the future ones, and have a wonderful day.